because we're so conditioned and so used to trading time for money that when you start making money, or you're told you can make money more than you would normally make in a day job, going and doing the hours, and actually you can spend 30 minutes and end up earning more than you earn in a whole day's worth of work from 30 minutes activity.
I realized very soon that you need consistency in your whether it's a morning routine or whatever the case might be. Just be consistent in that, and if you stick to the criteria and everything, the results will follow.
Hello everybody, Lewis Crompton here, and today I'm in Dubai and I'm joined by Calvin, one of Star Trading's successful students, and we're going to hear a little bit from him today about his journey and about his story. Calvin, why are we in Dubai? Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Beginning of year 2023, exciting, but it feels like a good way to kick it off.
Yeah. So tell everybody how you ended up being in Dubai this time round. What happened? Did that come about?
Well, like very big coincidence. So I have a very good mentor and friend called Lewis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like same name. And a few months ago, through Star Trading, had a cool competition going on, and I was quite committed to it, and there was some cool prizes, the big prize being a trip to Dubai. I committed to the cause, and true to your word, I won it. Well, I worked for it and then won it, and then here we are. So very excited, and big thanks to you. So it's been amazing, absolutely.
Yeah, we are a little bit worse for wear today because we went out last night unintentionally.
It just happened.
Yeah, we were at the bar at the hotel, and we met some people who shall remain nameless that we just had to get away from very quickly. And so that led us to being at a beach bar and having a very good time. And so we ended up getting home quite late and having far too many drinks, but it was very good fun. So so you are a trader. You've gone through my mentorship, you've gone through my training, you're now a successful trader. When did you start with Star Trading?
So my journey began almost 2 years ago, I think May 2021. For me, purely one consideration is diversifying my portfolio, looking into various aspects and where I feel I can get the best returns. So I think my journey started May 2021 and did the course, moved pretty quickly through a course. It took me about 2 months. And then I effectively started, I believe in end of June, started with a demo account and did put a lot of effort in, put a lot of hours in, did back testing, and for the whole month did the testing and set up a demo account and effectively went live on August 2021.
Fantastic. Yeah. So we'll come back to kind of results because Calvin had very good results, which I want to touch on in a moment. But coming back before that, you said you wanted to diversify your portfolio. Yeah. So what is it before you were also trading? What were the type of investments that you had? What do you do for income? Give us a bit of context around that.
Yeah, so I've got multiple businesses in South Africa. So we're in the online space, digital marketing, web development, system development. So we've got the businesses, and then obviously I'm working to build I've been building quite a nice property portfolio as well. So for me, it's important about diversifying that aspect. We're looking at further investments, etc., to further look to diversify the portfolio. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I suppose a natural question people might have is, well, if you're already successful in business, which you were, you already have investments like property, you also have stocks and things like that. Why add trading into that mix as well?
Yeah, I think a big consideration is, apart from business and real estate, etc., is where how further I can diversify my portfolio. Obviously, a consideration looking at trading is like how much time it will take up. So after I was introduced to you by a good friend, obviously what resonated with me is the amount of time you would spend on this, and versus the return you will get from this versus other type of similar investments. So that really resonated with me well. It was very attractive in that sense, and to this day, true that I spend very, very little time on this and getting good returns. Yeah,
it's funny, we were talking, weren't we, yesterday with some people, and they're like, does it really take you only half an hour? And we were like, yes, it actually does. Although Calvin is someone who, when he had his first trading month profitably, and I had a call with him just to check in and say well done and everything like that. I said, how long did it take you each day to make that happen? And you said about 30 minutes, if that. And I said, and did you believe me when I first told you that it was only going to take 30 minutes? And what was the answer?
No.
No one believes me. It's so frustrating.
Yeah. Well, I didn't believe it. So just, and especially like you think the time you would spend on the beginning phases, how long it will take you to get to that point where you can. And for me, it was really, I think in hindsight, looking at it, like within 3 months, you're so into it and used to it. And literally, like I said, I would spend probably no less than 20 minutes a day on it with my morning coffee, looking at it, and that's it.
And then because I think there's a really interesting mindset behind that, like why people don't believe it. And I'm wondering if, and I'll see what your view is as well, it's because we're so conditioned and so used to trading time for money that when you start making money, or you're told you can make money more than you would normally make in a day job, going and doing the hours, and actually you can spend 30 minutes and end up earning more than you earn in a whole day's worth of work from 30 minutes activity. I think people really struggle to grasp the concept, because the only concept they've ever been given is that you exchange time for money, and this isn't exchanging time for money. I mean, I suppose it is, but it's disproportionate compared to what people are used to.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, like I said, exactly my thoughts in the beginning, like there's no way you can spend that much time per day and getting that returns and etc. So I had all these exactly the same questions which most of the people have. I had a chat with the guy with the Dubai Social, had a chat with a member of the Our Trading guy, and his exact concerns was that it will either take up too much time, or does it really work? Does it really give the returns? Does it? So
that's an interesting mindset as well, because he's a lovely guy, by the way. He is actually been trading profitably, and it's so crazy to me that people will be trading profitably. And I actually wrote this in my ebook, like it's all about your definition of success. Because people will have a definition of success, and they can be trading profitably, which is, guess what, success. But because it's not where they want it to be, they think they're not being successful, or it's not working. It's like, no, it is working. And now, again, the star trading method, the fifth element we have to then work on is the optimization. So improving that.
Correct, yeah.
And then, obviously, with your first month of trading, you kind of had a very, very good first month of trading. So we still need to obviously go through the methodology, and you can still optimize. But tell us about that first month. What happened in your first month trading live?
So as mentioned, I moved pretty quickly, felt very comfortable, spent a lot of hours doing back testing.
What made you feel comfortable? Because that's one of the things I always talk about, is we don't really want people to trade live until they're competent and confident. Correct. Which is comfortable. So what was it that enabled you to get to that point in quite a short time frame?
I think just sticking to the basics. Obviously, if you start this journey and you start doing research, there's so much information out there, and I think that kind of what led me to start trading is that there's just too much information. It's such a rabbit hole. And
just to clarify, what led you to start trading is that outside of start trading, there's too much information. It's too confusing.
Correct. Yeah. So there's so much different viewpoints, so much information. People, like I said, can be so analytical in a sense. And I think, like for me, it was like I need guidance. I need guidance from a trusted source, and I obviously, again, reference from a very good friend. So I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right, commit to it, and learn or practice what's being taught to me, and stick to it. Then go and further try and research things, and trying to go down that rabbit hole of massive analytics and everything. So I basically stick to the course, set up my criteria with the backtesting. This is the criteria, and that's what I'm going to stick to. And I think just super simplifying it. I think that's key. Just simplification. Simplifying it. Just like I've got 6 tick boxes of what you do, and that's it. And sticking to that, and that's been working great for me.
So you did that. You had that system in place, you focused on the star trading method, cut out the noise from everywhere else. And this is what I always say to people: if you want to be successful, you have to cut out the noise. And one of the bits of feedback we always get about star trading is that it's simple and it gets straight to the point of what you actually need to know, because that's what helps people learn quickly and get trading live quickly, like you did. So then you go live, you've got that comfortability, you've focused on the process, you've focused on the system, you've put, let's be honest, more than half an hour a day into your learning. And again, that just speeds up the learning phase. But you can do it in half an hour a day if you wanted to. You just won't progress as quickly. And then you're ready to go live, and you go live. What happened?
So August 2021 went live.
How did that first live trade with real money feel?
No, good. I guess, like I said, I did a demo account for the month prior to it, and I just had a mindset of listen, okay, this is now exactly what you've been doing. That went well, so just apply it now into a live environment. So yeah, so I didn't get emotional about it or didn't phase
Yeah.
me too much. I just
Just did
again,
it.
like you've got the criteria, just do what you've been doing. And yeah, the first month August went live, and end of the month ended with a 14% gain.
Brilliant. That is
On it.
amazing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
super stoked.
So 1-4.
1-4.
Yeah, not 4-0.
Yeah,
would
yeah.
be
Yeah,
phenomenal,
no,
I'll probably
we're
tell
coming
you
to the
off
buy
afterwards,
every month. No,
That's
so
2024 goals.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, building and slowly building. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. And then, I mean, that is amazing. Did you feel like you were God's gift to trading at that point?
Yeah, no, look, like the confidence is super high.
Yeah.
Like you were born to do this.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
like I should be started selling courses.
Yeah,
like
why
the
not?
first month,
Yeah,
like end
yeah.
of the month, like
Yeah.
like
People
sorry,
are-
Lewis, I'm gonna start my own journey.
People have sold courses with less experience than that. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
So
that's
there's
true.
a lot of that out there. There is a lot of that out there. So that's obviously a brilliant first month. We know that isn't necessarily what happens every single month.
No.
But if we kind of look at since then, which was your first month trading live was over a year ago now, about 18 months ago, really,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
quite cool. How's the journey since then kind of been? Like, would you say you're still profitable? What would you say is kind of like your average monthly return? And kind of talk us through that as well.
Yeah. So I think the journey has been absolutely great. I think I came to terms with. So for me, first of all, I've learned that consistency is key. I had a chat to the guys yesterday, and I mentioned that we went to the States in September. We traveled about a month, and getting back, like immediately, I felt I missed out for a month. And I had to get back into the swing of things, and just didn't look at the criteria. It was all over the place.
Yeah.
And the results showed it wasn't great. So I realized very soon that you need consistency in your whether it's a morning routine or whatever the case might be. Just be consistent in that, and if you stick to the criteria and everything, the results will follow. So in the first few, like I was very strict on the criteria and everything, and the results did show. So really happy. Again, like I also came to terms that not every month is going to be that high. Like that was a super great month. But I would rather have focus and have more consistency and have lower returns than that.
Yeah.
Obviously, one as high as possible, but I'd rather be consistent in that than obviously being a lot volatile.
Yeah, and it is also, by the way, it's okay to take a month off. Like, that's fine. Maybe not in your first month. That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
When you've been going for a while and you do have a track record, a profitable track record, it is okay. You're allowed a holiday. I find it very hard.
If you make money out of it as well, it's like, okay, I'm going to treat myself.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I've worked hard for the last year, so let's do it.
Well, we were talking about that, weren't we, this morning as well? Like, we've done a lot of strategizing and planning and talking about business and everything while we've been here. And that is one of the things we talked about. Like, sometimes when you're on a trajectory of learning and progression and investing and reinvesting your profits, you forget to enjoy it and give yourself a reward, and that's really important as well. So
return on life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So in terms of kind of consistency then, what would you say over that 18-month-ish trading period is kind of like your monthly average return?
So I would, so obviously we calculate all the monthly returns, and now on average you're looking at around 3 to 5% per month, which is great. If I can consistently deliver that, it's more than sufficient. I can't see you getting anywhere else. Yeah. And so if I can consistently do that, I would be just super chuffed. Yeah. And that's, so far so good.
Yeah. And this is what I love as well, because different people are happy at different levels within Star Trading. Yeah. And some people are very, very happy with that. Some people are very happy with just 2% per month. Some people want to make 10% consistently per month. And all of that is on the table. So it's about what you want to do, where you want to go, and ultimately what I want is people to be very, very happy with the returns that they're making, and people are. So that's good. But again, it's your definition of success.
Correct. And I think you need to, what you can deep dive in about is just understanding that return, how much it is, and you obviously we speak about compounding a lot, and you touch on it on a regular basis. And I think if you grasp that, and you can start compounding it, it is tremendous returns.
And when you look at that over 12 months, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, it actually starts to become insane.
No, crazy. So you have to be, like I said, that's where the consistency comes in. If you can be consistent in that returns per month, per year, and you it starts compounding and you are consistent over the number of years, you will be in a very good position. Very good position in a few years to come.
Yeah, completely agree.
Yeah.
So what difference do you think trading has made for your life, and what difference do you think it's going to make to your life as well?
Yeah, so again, I want to reiterate that it is merely a portfolio, a diversification of portfolio where people invest in property and businesses and other ventures, etc. And this is for me just another diversification of that, an allocation of funds, if I can call it that. And again, it was important to know that it wouldn't take up all my time. I don't have hours and hours per day, per week to spend on it, and I don't want to. So everything tick boxes for me, and it opens a lot of other doors in personal growth and personal finance, etc. That you will in hindsight a year or two to follow, you will see that you look at things a little bit differently. So there's a lot of other benefits and momentum that goes with it that people don't realize from the start.
Yeah. So what would you say has been the best thing about joining Star Trading, other than the trip to Dubai?
Oh, yeah. You get super cool trips. I think exactly what I was concerned about in the beginning is that there's so much information out there, and every second YouTuber is now a day trader, and they're just showing the insane returns they get out, and there's just it's just so much information. And if you try to learn from just looking at that, etc., you will never be successful. You'll never be consistent in your efforts. So you need guidance.
Yeah.
You absolutely 100% with this. You need guidance and accountability. And with this, so it's accountability for yourself. There's a strict set of rules that you need to follow, and you hold yourself accountable for it. So for me, Star Trading is absolutely just about this set education, this set rules. You obviously speak and advocate managing risk on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And all of this needs to be known.
Yeah.
And it was super attractive to me and still is.
Mm-hmm. So one thing that people often have is another half, and you're married, you have a wife.
Yeah.
So when you decided that you wanted to learn to trade, you're going to join Star Trading, go through our training, have mentorship, all of that sort of stuff. Often what people have to do in your situation, because you've got a wife, is you have to ask permission, or what I always say to people, don't ask for permission, ask for support. There's a big difference. Yeah. So often that's quite a tricky conversation for people. So how did you put it across, or is your wife just always very supportive of what you want to do? How was it even a conversation you had to consider? How did you go about that?
Yeah, my wife has always been great and very supportive of what I do, mainly because I hold myself accountable and I commit to everything that I do. So yeah, she's been great, and I think it's important for me as a man to take up a role in improving my personal finance journey, my personal wealth journey. I think it's important. We have a friend that joined Star Trading just recently as well, and he's been through the training now. And for him, I think it's that aspect is very important. Obviously, he includes his wife in that conversations as well, and I think she's super proud of him, and she supports him all the way. And she started learning more about finance and asking questions, and started reading more about it, etc., and educating herself.
Yeah.
And so I think that journey for them as a couple, like really opened a lot of doors, and it was so healthy for their relationship.
Yeah.
So I think it's super healthy.
Yeah.
And everybody should I think do it and include their better half.
Maybe Star Trading will become a marriage club. Who knows?
Marriage counselors.
Yeah. I mean, we
marriage
do a lot
counseling.
Of that. We do a lot of that.
Yeah. Through the sessions, like marriage counseling.
Yeah, so it's mentoring, marriage counselling, life coaching.
Yeah. Sign up for marriage counseling product right now and get $3 like 10% off.
10% off today. Yeah. But it is funny because we do a lot of that, because when you're doing anything which is personal growth related, financial growth related, it hits a load of other aspects of your life, and you have to be aware of that. It's quite a holistic thing, because your mindset and your state of being will affect how you approach the market as well. So yeah, I think it's really, really important that we do all of that within Star Trading. It's more than just learning to trade, and that's why I think the community element within Star Trading is so important, because there's a whole support system around the whole person. So that's why we celebrate people's wins, which is
correct. Yeah. Like I said, I'm a big advocate of it, and I touched on it earlier in saying the momentum that goes with it in every aspect of your life and personal growth. You're now looking at your returns, but saying, listen, this is where I can be at. But now you look at other aspects and saying, like, we're like looking at high interest, that's etc. And like, listen, if I were to cut this out, I'll have X amount of a month more. So it just snowballs, and you look at every aspect of your life and how you spend your money and how you plan for it, etc. And you want to become better every day, etc. So like I said, it's like we speak about compounding financially, but it's compounding in life. That's also very important. And if you every day do a little bit more and be a little bit better every day, the compounding in your life is very significant, and you'll see it.
Yeah. So what would one piece of advice be that you'd give to anybody that's looking to start their own trading journey?
Join Start Trading.
Win. Definitely
to join educational system like that's been set up and planned, and that's got already criteria in place, etc. I think that's key. I think there's a whole community now that can advocate for it. They've all gone through it. Everything is in there about managing risk. Like, again, I've had so many people coming to me and saying, like, they're scared because they've blown accounts in the past, etc. So just everything about it makes sense to go through this, to protect yourself, and like where to start, what is possible. So 100% to join a system like Start Trading, and then again, there's a whole community of like-minded individuals that all want to do well. They're from all over the world.
Yeah,
they've got no affiliation with each other. Everybody just wants to see everybody succeeds.
Yeah, and that's one of the brilliant things about trading is everybody can win.
Yeah,
like we all can.
Yeah,
and that's what there is no competition for us, like at all, like within our own community. Like you just want to see other people do well, and that's why we talk about looking at what opportunities we're looking at in the market and everything like that. And just to clarify as well, people speaking to Calvin who've blown accounts aren't from within Star Trading, because
they would like to join.
They would like to join. They probably should actually. If they've done that. But often they're the most stubborn. I think probably because they've lost.
No, they're just scared.
They're
scared. They're scared. Should they trust another thing? Is this journey even worth it? Should they start again? What happens if they do it again? So it's just that.
And what do you say to them?
Join Start Trading.
It's a catch. Marriage problems? Join Start Trading. Yeah.
Everything. One thing that I want to add to it is that Start Trading does, it really fast tracks your journey. Another thing, if I were to do it myself and I would educate myself on it, it would probably have taken me 3 to 5 years to get to a point where I'm at now, but wouldn't be as consistent as I'm now. So it would taken so much longer. Whereas with Start Trading, there's a 12-week course. I gave myself 8 to 10 weeks. I did it in that, and did the back testing, did the hours in that month before going live. And then the community were tremendous in helping and answering any questions that I had. They got back to me, they charted it out. So just that whole journey, like it would probably take about 5 years to get to that point, and it took like 3 months.
Yeah.
Like I said, 3 months in, I was looking at you and how you chart, you charting, and it's like, like in 7 years I'll be that good. And like literally in 3 months I would see very
completely. You'd understand what the chart's telling you.
Exactly, by just looking at it.
Yeah.
So that whole journey was so quickly fast tracked.
Yeah.
And so that's the main thing, just time, how much time and effort you spend on it.
Yeah. And I think you're completely right about the fast tracking, and what fast tracks the process is an effective system, which I've refined over the past 9 years of my own trading. Yes, I initially learned and then I refined that process. That's why the 5th element of the Star Trading method is optimization. So we're always optimizing and making everything better. And that feedback mechanism, that mentorship, that set process is what really, really does fast track people to, instead of it taking them 5 years, taking them 5 months or 3 months in your case. And it's not just the fact you fast tracked it, it's the fact you saved yourself over 4 years worth of mistakes, lost time, wasted energy, wasted money, because you're going to have tried trading live without that support, and you're going to have lost money like categorically you would have done. Whereas if you actually upfront invest some money into learning a correct system, you save so much money actually in the long run. And it's not a long run, it's a short run. So you do better as a result, quicker, and you're now trading, and you look at the compound effect of trading live after 4 months versus 4 years, you've missed out 4 years worth of compounding, which even at 2% per month, you're down over 100%.
Correct. Yeah.
Like it's insane.
Yeah.
And people don't run those numbers. They don't actually look at it, and people are like, oh, well, if I start with this amount in my account and I'm only making this percentage, it's not a lot. I'm like, you're looking too short time frame.
Correct.
Look at 2 years, look at 5 years, look at 10 years, and you like, where else are you going to do this? You are not going to do this anywhere else.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Again, just another consideration is obviously as part of Our Trading, there's additional products that you can look at and different strategies you can obviously test and go into. But the same calculation there is that you pay. There's a big upfront amount. Well, we would say big, but it's comparative
big to some people.
Big to some people, yeah.
Nothing to others.
Yeah, correct. But just the returns that you looking at the historics and looking at that, just the return that I got from that alone in the first 2-3 months is completely, in hindsight, again looking at it, like, why didn't I do it like a lot sooner? It's just looking at that aspect and so I think, like I said, in that journey, like when you start this journey, there's all of these things that you start looking at and educating yourself, developing yourself, and you just look at things a lot different. So it's a massive personal growth as well for you.
Yeah, big time. So what would be your final thought, final statement that you would like to leave everybody with? Yeah,
definitely educate yourself. Try and fast track your journey, and through the journey, just again comes back to educating in every aspect about personal finance, personal growth, compounding, all of that. And I think, again, when you just start the journey, don't stop asking questions, commit to it, and I think everything will start falling into place. The puzzle pieces will be the puzzle will build very quickly, a lot quicker than in any other aspect. Yeah.
Brilliant, awesome. Well, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks so much.
And we'll see you next time.